Hello once again, Internet. Me and Evan here once again. Redford once again. Either tardy or absent. Um, so we'll find out which by the end of this video, I'm sure.
hmm
um, but this year, E3 1993, PlayStation 2 came out, which was my first console, really. I mean, we had a PS1, but I was too young to really gain any real memories with it. All I remember is that one Jurassic Park game, a Scooby Doo game, and a Spider Man game. Those are the only memories I have with my PS1, and they are vague. Um, the Spider Man one less so because I'd seen someone. Yeah. Anyway, point is, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be keeping my eyes peeled. Maybe we'll see it this year. Maybe I'll get cucked and have to wait till next year. Uh,
Let's hope this isn't the start of a trend here.
and what trend might that be, Evan?
Getting caught.
Oh,
um, well, if they reveal the PS2, I'll give my story with PlayStation. But yeah, PS2 was my first PS console. Before that, I was a Nintendo guy.
but without further ado, let us start E3 1999 Game Store VHS Video 1 Von 2 in 3, 2, 1.
99. Dreamcast was still a thing.
Intense graphics.
Honestly, yeah, the Dreamcast was ahead of its time in terms of the power of the console. I played it one time though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Sega made some clumsy decisions, especially with the Saturn, which, they maybe could have recovered from if they weren't going up against the PlayStation and the N64.
Right.
Um,
I just remember it was more expensive as well.
oh, Bluestar, I actually recognize this.
Huh.
I've seen one video of someone playing it. I couldn't actually tell you what it's about. Are you sitting a little further away from your mic? You're a bit quiet.
Let me turn it up.
By the way, how do I
How's
sound?
that?
That's better. It's a bit
Okay.
bassy. No, not bassy, but it's
Yeah,
kind of like.
I've been trying to fix that. I'll just get closer, and you'll have to hear me. Probably not.
Anyway, what I was about to say was, how do I sound, by the way? Because new headset,
Fine.
microphone, yeah. And I didn't have the chance to test it out Thursday for all those.
Yeah, the stars align in the negative. I'm impressed with how the Dreamcast graphics look. It even looks like on some early PS2 games.
Yeah. And it was like one of the, from my knowledge, one of the first consoles to have like online gaming and
Yep.
DLC.
Yeah, Dynasty Star.
Yeah. And DLC because Sonic Adventure, for example, Sonic Adventure 2 had DLC costumes for multiplayer, and the first game also had events where you could download them and in like the main hub area, Station Square. For example, if it was at Christmas, you could download some DLC and you'd get a little Christmas tree as like an event type thing. So yeah,
That's nice.
the Dreamcast, it was ahead of its time.
What were the bad marketing decisions that they made? You vaguely mentioned it earlier, but I'm curious.
Well, to clarify, I only know like the surface level details, but the immediate thing that comes to mind is how they botched the Saturn. The Saturn was a little, from what I can tell, a little behind. It didn't have a good games market. And the one Sonic game for it, their flagship mascot, the one Sonic game they had for it, other than Sonic R, which nobody liked, Sonic Extreme, went through development hell and then got cancelled. So, like, midway through what was perceived to be the Saturn's lifespan, they abandoned it and jumped onto the Dreamcast, which probably didn't earn them a lot of goodwill with game developers, third-party developers. That's the main thing. There's also the fact that, you know, they were going up against the N64 and the PlayStation.
Yeah, they were Titanic. I didn't even know what the Dreamcast was until like 2002.
Yeah, the marketing wasn't that, but was a little lackluster, and also I think there was an issue with, I think it was the Dreamcast had a demo disc where all you had to do to unlock the full versions of the games that were on it was put it in a Game Genie and enter the level select code. And you essentially had the full game for free.
Well, never heard of that. That's crazy.
So, if that story is as I remember it, then I imagine the Dreamcast was also rife for pirating. Which probably didn't help sales.
Did Soul Calibur start on the Dreamcast?
It started around this time, I think. I don't know if it was specifically Dreamcast.
First Soul Calibur I played was 2.
Of course, I think the first game was just called Soul Edge or Soul Blade. And this one actually is called Soul Calibur, so no, this probably isn't the first one. Let me just fact check this. Here at Casual Club Productions, we fact check ourselves about video games and nothing else. Soul Calibur is a weapon-based fighting video game franchise by Bandai Namco. There are 7 main installments of video games and various media spin-offs, including music albums and a series of manga books. Originally released as an arcade game, Soul Edge, in 1995, and later ported to video game consoles, more recent versions have been released for consoles only, and have evolved to include online playing modes. Yeah,
95.
so,
That's earlier than I thought.
yeah, so Soul Age was an arcade game in 1995, and then Soul Calibur, yeah, the one we just saw, came out in 1998.
Huh.
Let's see, the arcade, Soul Edge got its arcade release, like I said, in 1995. It got a second version in 96, and then got released on the PlayStation in 96 in Japan, but 97 in North America. So, no, it didn't start on Dreamcast.
Good to know. I really played Soul Calibur 2 a lot. I think one reason why I didn't play others is that those games always have a notoriously BS final boss. It's basically designed to eat your quarters.
Well, that was arcade games. Some arcade game developers, well, they just never evolved past the mentality, I guess.
Well, the sound effects in this game are very special. Is the rumble a special attack? I don't see them do it.
Is this the fighting game where you can play as Michael Jackson and the president Bush?
I don't know.
I think it might. I don't know what it's called, so I can't look it up. Let's see.
This game's ready to rumble.
In terms of Soul Calibur, the first Soul Calibur game called Soul Calibur, it's released on arcade, PlayStation, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, Wii, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation Portable, Android, iOS, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So, yeah, I'm just waiting for the PS5 port, really.
You and all 100 other people who have one. Honestly, I see no point in buying a console the first year it's released anyway.
I only do
Sometimes
it with
even two.
PlayStation because I've always had a PlayStation in the house and I know I'm going to get one.
Shenmue. I'm probably gonna play these games. These games are legendary.
And divisive. From what I've heard.
I heard like some of them are good, but others are like dog crap.
From what I've heard, the first two are you either love them or you hate them. And those are the cult classics. As for the third one, it had a Kickstarter, it got made, and I haven't heard anything about it since, which isn't usually a good sign when it comes to video games. One thing I do know is that this first one had a special mode you could unlock where you could play through the whole game, and basically they looked at the weather forecasts for the year the game takes place in, and there's a special mode where you can play through it, and instead of the weather system they just put in place, it will actually conform to the actual weather that happened on that day in Japan. Or wherever the game
That's so
place.
weird.
Yeah.
Like that's like a Kojima random detail thing.
Yeah.
Like,
This is like Kojima, your horse poops in real time. Level detail.
like who would ask for something like that?
Nobody asked for it, but we've got it, and we
I
love
guess
it.
if you have extra time at the end, it's like whatever. We can just add this. Not like that happens these days, but still.
Mm.
So this is like a third first-person action game?
Kind of. From what I've
Kind of?
understood, you basically just walk around doing mini games and sometimes fighting people. Emphasis on sometimes.
Wait, so it's the proto like Yakuza kind
Yeah,
of game?
basically.
Nice.
But from what I understand, this has a lot less fighting than Yakuza. And the main gameplay is like the quick time events. Which is one of
I
the
don't even
reasons
think
it's
I
so
saw-
divisive, yeah.
I don't even think I saw a quick time event until 2006.
Well, this was one of the early pioneers, Evan. From what I've heard, though, it's one of the games that does them alright. The two games I know of that have done quick time events right, from what I've heard, is Shenmue and God of War.
This guy terrifies me. Oh, it's still Shenmue, okay. I actually really like the Dreamcast logo.
I love its intro screen, too.
Yes. It's awesome.
The Dreamcast really was before its time.
Yeah. The audio on this is so horrendous. Like, the 240p, like, I have some Oh, it is a quick time event game. This is so creepy.
The devs of this game were apparently really proud of their facial tech.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. But it's just creepy how it's so close up. That and the camera keeps moving randomly back and forth, which really bothers me. Man, the subs are so huge.
It must still be in development because I know the final game has a dub.
Oh, that must be what makes it divisive.
Oh, fuck off, Evan.
What? Dubs in games were not guaranteed to be good back then.
Yeah, but they would. A game having a dub probably wouldn't be enough just to make people not buy it.
You'd be surprised. Shitty dubs
I mean,
have
people bought
always
Resident
been
Evil
reasons.
after all.
What's up?
What the?
Oh yeah, Seaman. I remember this.
Who do you think I am?
Basically, this game
This is-
used the Dreamcast's microphone
Search for
accessory.
the monster within yourself.
Those games barely worked back then. I had Hey You Pikachu, and Pikachu never listened to me.
I think this is Seaman is voiced by the guy from Star Trek as well. What's it? Leonard Nimoy or something like that?
Probably not Leonard Nimoy.
I don't remember actors' names.
Hydro Thunder! This is an arcade game from the 80s. Oh gosh, Hydro Thunder, House of the Dead, Time Crisis, 1080 snowboarding. Time Extend! I still love this game. This is probably one of the best racing games I've ever played, actually. I love it. Time Extended. Besides Rush,
So
my favorite racing game.
if you're in first and you run out of time, but it's in multiplayer, the guy in first just gets eliminated anyway.
I don't know if multiplayer works differently or not. I mean, this guy clearly isn't playing multiplayer. This game had so much collateral damage.
I can see that. You'd think it'd be difficult
did
to have
you
collateral
see the,
damage in a boat game, but...
Did you see the internet historian thing about that ship incident?
Uh-huh.
I saw that recently. I'm like, this is the perfect, like, disaster. It was...
You've been
poetic.
getting really into it.
He's a genius. And I could tell that he was on the internet in the older days, too. There's just something about him.
Have you seen his No Man's Sky video?
Yeah. A long time ago, though. It's weird how, like, flight simulator games were just normal back then. Like, you don't really see them as much today. I think it's because they perfected the formula so early.
Well, Evan, let's be realistic. Perfecting a formula has never stopped the game industry from shitting the same product out multiple times.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that the point of the gaming industry is to repackage the same thing over and over again. Like, Nintendo does it the best, I think. Where it's like literally the same game. They just change it a little bit.
Well, in Nintendo's case, the gameplay is usually the same, but the levels are different. Different enough to pull you back in, and they do change little bits of the mechanics each game, and they have this unique aesthetic that other games don't have, which sets them apart on top of everything else. Meanwhile, tell me the difference between Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Battlefield's more historically accurate, and has better multiplayer from what I can remember.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, Gun Game 1, Gun Game 2. I mean, I don't really know that much about them. I'm not a shooter guy, but... I like shooters all right, though. I like a good story mode as well. Like Perfect Dark, for example.
Yeah. And FPS games can have those, but, you know, war shooters usually don't.
I feel the same way about RTSs. Like, give me a really funny, campy plot to play with my war game.
Yo,
and
that
then
looks
I'll
like
appreciate it more. Right, exactly.
That fucking, like, dolphin.
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins.
Here on the Sega Sports Network. I'm Dan Stevens.
The Sega Sports Network.
Thanks for joining us.
That's fun.
Evan, if I wind up being too full to finish my game, I want you to chastise my freedom of talking.
And we begin the first half.
Okay.
First, will field it deep in his own territory.
I'm giving you this task because I know you love me fat shit.
the sacred test. And you know what's funny? Like in the 1850s, 1880s, and even the turn of the century back then, like fat people were so rare that you had to go to the circus to see them.
First down, 4 more tries.
Disclaimer, everyone. I don't condone fat shaming unless it's with a friend who you know doesn't give a shit.
I condone it.
But my opinion is this: fat shaming is bad unless you know the person and you know, like, it'll have a positive effect on them or that they don't give a shit. But at the same time, just saying, oh, being fat is good, like obese kind of fat, not like just big bone.
Big bone people aren't fat, but people who are fat say they're big bone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I cannot.
I guess what bothers me about it is when you're not supposed to bring it up, and it's just like an observation, and like you can make a joke here and there, right? It's not like you're trying to bully the person, but you're just like, hey bro, you're fat, it's funny. I'm gonna make fun of you a little bit for it, and you should deal with this problem. Like that's why I condone it. I'm not saying like you should try to bully them into submission or whatever.
Basically, my opinion is you shouldn't encourage people to be fat. Like telling them, oh, being fat is okay, it's not unhealthy, because being fat is unhealthy. But at the same time, don't just make fun of random strangers for being fat, because you don't know them, you don't know what their life is, you don't know if they are or aren't doing anything about it.
I mean, I do sometimes laugh.
And just making fun of them,
but
for all you know, all that could accomplish is just making them feel bad and demoralizing.
Yeah, I guess I don't know why, I just have less, like, sympathy. Unless it's like some really crazy story. Like, they got fat because it was like a coping mechanism for abuse or something.
Well, I just take that stance because I like to think of myself as a very empathetic person.
Yeah.
I, on an instinctive level, try to put myself in other people's shoes, and I'm not overly aggressive, so...
True. I mean, I don't want to be mean to people, but sometimes I do.
But you're an
about
asshole?
specific things, though. Not really.
That's
My teachers
exactly
always
what an
said,
asshole would say.
Evan is a pleasure to have in class, and I always got along fine with people unless they were total jerks. Like, despite what you might think, I'm actually quite polite to people.
I'll take your word.
This racing game actually looks bad compared to some of the other ones I've seen today.
I can't tell if the controls are bad or
Castlevania Resurrection.
Driving the walls.
Well, that's how I play when I do a racing game. Unless it's Mario Kart Double Dash. I'm really good at that game. Hey, Bear. Oh, it's
Is that a Dracula
What?
game? Is Dracula a woman in this one? I mean,
I guess so.
I don't actually know the lore
female
of Castlevania.
Dracula,
I know that he
female.
gets resurrected in different ways. I know that he can be, like, reincarnated, I think. So, it's not impossible. I guess.
I thought Castlevania was literally just like the same game over and over.
Oh, no. Like, the timeline goes along long enough that you actually start getting into the modern day. And in one of them, when you go into the castle, there are actual, like, military soldier zombies with guns.
They're relatively short games, right?
I couldn't tell you. I know they're like obviously Metroidvania games.
I mean, I hear some of them you go very Old Testament on people, and this is appealing to me.
Yeah.
Frame grind.
Basically, they start from like really old in history to straight up just modern day, but each game in the series doesn't. But the games aren't released in chronological order, basically, so they could take place anywhere in the timeline.
Cool.
Frame grind.
I don't know what a gride is. Gundam. I've heard of these cockpit Gundam games, yeah. They have like a billion Universal Century side story games, especially back during like the PlayStation era. And I hear some of them are actually pretty good. I'd be interested in playing some of them for sure. Well, the best Gundam I played was like, it was basically like a fighter game where you fought with Gundams. It was pretty funny. Unfortunately, the kid who owned it was a real piece of shit. So I only had to play it a couple times before I stopped being friends with him. Like, that kid definitely had autism. I didn't know what it was back then. Like the hard, bad kind. Like, basically like Chris Chan level. Maybe not as stupid as Chris Chan, but just about. The visibility is so bad.
All I
know they're
hear
trying to go
is
for immersion,
Star
but-
Wars laser sound effects. Tokyo Extreme Racer.
In my opinion, all card games need a battle mode.
Where you can just ram into each other.
And like shoot missiles and stuff. Those are always my favorite car games. Like Rush.
Well, depending on the racing game, I wouldn't say adding missiles is necessary, but even with like the simulation type games, I would say having a mode where you can just ram into each other and try to, off-road each other, basically. I don't think anyone would complain. I could imagine something like that maybe being one of the new Forza games, because they seem to have no qualms with putting less realistic stuff in there. Like, the latest Forza game, from what I can recall, has the Regalia from Final Fantasy 15, the car the four boys ride around in. And can turn into that, which has the ability to turn into an airship, by the way, late game. And it also, if you saw the E3 coverage, it got DLC for Lego cars. And a little Lego town map, which is interesting.
Never heard of this game. It kind of has like, it kind of looks like Halo. I mean, Halo didn't just come out of nowhere after all.
I've been meaning to play Halo, because I kind of wrote it off as just a generic FPS shooter game, but I've heard it actually has, at least the first few games actually have a decent story.
Being memorable, I just remember the soundtrack was really good. And that I was actually decent with the sword too.
These are enemy designs.
Yep. Man, the sound effects are pretty terrifying, though.
Remember back before you could aim up and down?
No, I think every shooter I've played, you could aim them up and down. It was just a pain in the ass to do it, and it was slow. Like in GoldenEye, you could do it, it was just slow.
What's this fucking flying?
Cool Borders.
I've heard of this, yeah.
1080 is the one snowboarding game I played, honestly. I did that game a lot.
The two main snowboarding game franchises we've heard of are Cool Borders and SSX.
Yeah.
What a loser.
If you're gonna do a trick, you gotta do it as soon as you jump off the ramp. Don't wait till you get to the ramp.
I detected Redford.
I have detected me. Yes.
Well,
Hello.
well, look at who finally decided to show up. What's your excuse this time, Red Boy?
I don't give excuses. I just say I sleep.
Redford's gonna have a permanently bad sleep schedule, and he's gonna lose 5 years off his life, because sleep is important, and too many people shirk it.
Anyway.
Trust me, when I have a child, I'll have that bad sleep schedule.
Anyway, Redford, link the video in the chat. We're at 34:14.
34-14. Glad I didn't miss too much. Okay, I'm at 34-18.
14.
Ew. Whoops. There, that's better.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. So we were talking about how the Dreamcast is about to die.
Oh, hey, we're already at that stage? Good riddance.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
oh,
it's
no,
1999, and the PS2 is about to come out, so... In the year 2000.
Oh.
Do I hear fucking cows?
I do hear cows.
There's some other music in the back.
I hope it's another game, because I want to know what the fuck cows are doing up on a snowy mountaintop. I don't think that's their natural habitat.
What if it's a secret cow? Secret cow.
The secret cow level.
You know, like in Legend of Zelda, how there's those random holes that have cows in them? And you can sometimes hear the cows from outside.
Random what's with cows in them?
Random secret areas with cows in them. In Legend of Zelda. Like an Ocarina of Time.
Look at how there was no frame. There were 0 frames of animation between them crouching in the huddle and standing up.
Man, that's just how football works. I mean, you see how many people
optimized teabagging.
It's true. I thought it was because that technically football in video games started the whole kneeling during the anthem before everyone else. Maybe it's just me.
Well, anyway,
I don't want to get on this subject. NFL.
All I know about American football is that it's kind of like rugby, except Americans are pussies, so they wear padding.
It's rugby's better. You can do more
You have to
things.
realize just how big and huge and monstrous football players are to realize that they need those pads. And even with those pads, they still disintegrate their bodies over the course of, a 5-10 year career.
Oh, hey, Code Veronica.
Right?
Huh?
Oh, look, she's gonna die. Oh,
Resident
man,
Evil,
those
Code
things.
Veronica.
Why are you saying Code Veronica when it's a football game? How are you guys ahead of me? I literally put it at the same time you guys did.
Okay, pause. We're at 36:47.
Okay, I guess what you said was different than...
I told him to go to 34:14, which was where we were.
I did. Okay, I'm there.
Okay,
So we're
and
at
now we're at
36:57.
47.
Yep.
47.
Yep. 36:47.
Okay.
We good?
I'm at
Yep.
35:47.
Oh, I think
Just
it was
kidding.
Bedford who screwed me up last time. Damn it, fine. Damn it. Damn it. Redford.
Whoop.
We're at 36. 47.
I'm there. I'm listening to you this time.
All right. Okay. At least, so just to make sure we're all looking at the same game, we're looking at the Hypersonic Lion Tamer.
Okay,
We're at
yes.
36:47. We're going to resume the video in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, snap. Look at the cars go.
This does not remind me of the clips I've seen of the final game. Does every Resident Evil game just change drastically in development?
Yes.
I guess so.
Because
Armada. Okay, I couldn't quite make that out.
This looks like an actual tank game.
Yeah.
But something tells me it's not a tank.
Well,
it looks
the
like some
fact
sort
that
of
it's
spaceship.
flying should have tipped you off.
It's a floating tank. Nice. So, come on, when are they releasing No Man's Sky?
We'll get there, Redford.
We'll get there. Oh, see, I was right. There was cars.
Acceleration, but with an X,
With
because
an
alliteration
X.
is cool.
That's how you know it's 90s.
No, not alliteration. Illiteracy. That's it. Oh, don't you love it when the audio cuts out?
It's like he had to deal with copyright issues. Whoops.
For some reason today, the Discord just doesn't want to make sound effects for me.
That's
Maybe it's
hilarious.
because I opened OBS before starting the call, and maybe it just doesn't make sound effects when it's in streaming mode. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's possible.
Oh, that wasn't long lasted.
Well, we tried. I'll make the music.
So is it just me, or is driving? So in video games where you drive and they let you give you the option to either drive in first person or third, is it just me, or is driving in first person hard?
Yes. See, I mean, obviously you've driven a car before, right, Jaden?
No.
Well, see, there's a certain disconnect between your spatial awareness in the video game and in the car in real life. Because in real life, you are constantly darting with your eyes rather than your whole body with the mirrors and everything. And in this, you only get to see one frame of view. So the third person is supposed to better simulate the spatial awareness you have in a car, even though it's still not how that works, but it helps.
There is one game where I do prefer driving in first person because it's actually kind of relaxing, and that is Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Because when they're not driving into the walls, the car AI in that game actually follows the rules of the road and allow you to as well, because it's not just a GTA. It's more of a sim RPG basically. There was a specific term for it. That's not going to
Right, right.
But yeah, I beat the opening missions, unlocked the rest of the map, bought like a fancy-looking car, and then I just drove everywhere at normal pedestrian speed.
That is kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie.
Civilian speed.
Well, I mean, it sounds like, I've done that from time to time. It's kind of fun. Because you get to take in the sights.
Yeah. And they put a lot of effort into, from what I can tell, modeling the inside of every car. Like V's initial starting car that you'll always get, it's a fucking pile of shit. But it's got a little bobblehead inside, and it actually bobbles when you move.
I did think that was cool.
Yes.
I've never
My
even heard of this
favorite
one.
Sorry, Evan, I can't hear you over the audio of the thing.
Mortal Kombat Gold, never heard of it. I think this is like, kind of looks third party.
I think somebody is trying to choose this fight.
That's what you do in Mortal Kombat. You don't fight fair, it's Mortal Kombat. You spam the cheapest possible moves to win.
Get cheesed.
Why are they jumping so much?
Because.
Wait, oh, I get it. Scorpion must have, like, an attack he does in the air. Because they keep seeing him going from one side of the screen.
That's why Scorpion hasn't done Get Over Here. It's usually really easy to do. It's like down, left, or right, and then one of the action buttons.
And I'm kind of shocked this battle's gone on longer than 5 seconds.
Trick style.
Oh, Shaden, you ruined my life, by the way.
Oh yeah? You've been getting into Genshin Impact?
Yeah, I already have co-op unlocked, you son of a gun.
Holy fuck, really?
Yeah,
This
you
is
ruined my life.
Don't you need to get to, like, Adventure Rank 10 to unlock co-op?
16, thank you.
Yeah, that takes a while.
Yeah, I got it on day.
Redford is actually really good at online games, apparently.
I found out the way to get as much hero rank as fast as possible, but it was worth it.
Did you farm something to do that?
I farm dailies. Oh, and the ley line flowers.
Yeah. Blossom.
Those are my big ones. Yep.
I like the art in that game. I don't know anything else about it. Apparently it's
so-
like Breath of the Wild.
Join
so
us,
good.
Evan. Join us.
It's
I don't
really
have time for
sad.
online games right now.
But you don't have to play it online. You only can play it solo till you're rank 60. So it's barely an online game. It literally is Breath of the Wild. So if you can play Breath of the Wild, Evan, you can play this.
I still need to beat Breath of the Wild.
And don't worry about it. Play this one's better because it doesn't have weapon durability.
And apparently it has hot chicks in it.
Dude, I have a freaking maid that looks like Amber. Dude, she's
Really?
hot. Yeah, she's not Amber. Her name's Noella.
There is a
But
character called Amber.
Yes, I do have her, but she does not like Amber. But you'd love the maid, Evan. She's like a dutiful maid should.
Yeah.
I'm here to assist with whatever you need. I'm like, wow, that's like an Amber thing.
Yeah, also, Evan, you can actually play as women in this game who are adults.
Yeah. Wait, aren't they all
That
though?
is a relief.
Oh wait, there is one child you can play as, but isn't she technically like a 1,000-year-old vampire?
There are like 3 lollies. One of them is actually a kid. Because I did a story quest, she's definitely actually a kid. but she's obsessed with explosives.
That's funny.
One of them is a cat girl. I don't know if she's just a lolly or actually a kid. And then one of them is like, yeah, a 1,000-year-old zombie from China.
Sure. Go back to China.
Go back to
That's
But
where
yeah.
the coronavirus came from.
Basically, I explained this to
Right.
Redford last week. Each of the game's regions, they're not all out yet, have an element tied to them and are based on a specific region of the world. The first one is tied to the animal element, which is wind, and is based on Germany. But because this is fantasy, that basically amounts to medieval Europe.
Yep.
And then Liyue is the geo element, which is Earth, and it's based on China. And the one that I think we're going to be getting in June, Inazuma, is Japan. And that's Electro.
Japan.
So, you know, they're front-loading all the Asian countries.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I
Well,
can't
that's
blame
the
them.
majority of their audience, probably.
I can't blame them. They're Japanese. They're either a Japanese or a Chinese company.
If I remember right, because I play a lot of their mobile games.
I played this
They're
game so
Japanese.
much. Like, imagine if you played football but ignored all the rules.
Yeah.
These games were so fun. Basically, if you're playing multiplayer, you always destroy the enemy team.
Anyway, I already have 15 of the 21 characters involved.
Oh wow, that's pretty insane.
Yeah. I unlocked. I've got Hu Tao, Diona, got Kuching, Sucrose, Changyu, Noel, Bennett, Ling Guang, Xin Chu, Xinrong, Razor, Barbara, Lisa, Kaya, and Amber. Also,
Wait, did you say Mona? Do you have Mona?
no, not yet.
Oh, bummer, because her butt is phenomenal. Holy crap.
I thought you were a boobs guy.
Like, she's got the biggest bootay of them all, and it is thick.
I think Redford just likes women.
I do.
Obviously.
I like the women's a lot. But also, let's be real here for 5 frickin' seconds. If anyone's gonna talk about characters with the best climbing moans, easily Lisa, for sure.
Right. Nobody was
Climbing
going to talk
modes.
about that, but
Hey, there's a tier list. I can send it to you of who has the best climbing moans. Lisa's
What?
top tier, SS tier.
I think you're just joking, but in the event that you're not, I need to see this.
Prepare to be amazed. Many people have done research on who has the best climbing moans in Genshin Impact, and we finally come to a conclusion of the 2 SS tiers that actually exist. One's a guy,
So
one's a
far.
girl.
Because we still have, like, let's see, 7 minus 5 more regions of characters.
Oh man. Well, this is only for the regions that are currently out, so we'll have to adjust this tier list.
Like, Hu Tao, we're almost, we're nearing the release of Inazuma, and we're still getting new characters. We only just got Hu Tao.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of characters by the time this game is finally finished, I'd imagine.
Oh snap! Is she wearing a business suit and heels in the snow?
Yes.
That's kind of badass, honestly. I love how unpractical it is, but it's like, fuck it, it's a video game. Let's go.
Anyway. Well, what I was about to say before I got sidetracked was, I don't know who was in charge of Romanizing the Chinese, like, you know, the language, not the people.
The French were.
But they made some weird decisions when it came to the phonetics. I'm just gonna say that.
What makes you say that?
So you know the zombie girl?
Sure.
Her name is spelled Qiqi. How would you expect that to be pronounced?
God,
Chi
her
Chi.
right arm is so long.
I would have expected it to be pronounced Kiki because you know Q. But no, it's
Well-
Chi.
Well, isn't that how you're supposed to spell it in Chinese? I mean, there's different,
Yeah,
much
but what
like
I'm
Japan.
saying is the phonetics that they chose
Chinese
when
is
it's
not a phonetic language.
yeah, yeah. The
I mean, there's
phonetics just go
Mandarin, there's a
weird.
few
It's
others.
a tonal language.
I mean, I know for me, I guess as an American, I'd expect Kiki, but I guess if you're from China, that kind of makes sense.
Anyway, the point I'm making is when they assign the English characters to these Chinese words, phonetics wound up really weird.
I imagine they do.
This is such a weird looking game.
I think it's supposed to be a horror game, but it's one of those horror
Yeah.
games that was kind of cheesy, so it's not really scary.
Oh, it's so realistic.
I love. She doesn't even wear like any coats or headgear outside.
She's
just
wearing
total
a
badass.
skirt, for God's sake.
I
Hey,
know.
it makes sense.
She doesn't give any crap.
Her shirt isn't even like turtleneck. In Canada.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
It's Canada, guys.
yeah.
So
And
Canada.
now it is awake.
Oh snap! They mean my D. I mean what?
You would fuck that, wouldn't you?
Well,
Music is
I
totally
mean,
not appropriate for this. That's what I like.
it's got tentacles, man.
Oh, she's gonna get wrecked now. Use your Uzi, bitch. Oh, nice. Okay, it's like a boss fight.
I'm a little disappointed though that they, for co-op and Genshin, that you can only play region to region, not cross region.
International.
Yep, which means I'll never get to play with other people because my only friends are
Can't you just use
Americans.
a VPN?
A VPN on a PS5?
Oh, dun dun dun. Well, that was your first mistake.
But it is
Also, I
kind
think
of.
you put VPNs on other devices. I'm not sure about PS5 though.
Well, PS5 doesn't currently have an internet browser. Well, okay, they do have an internet browser because there are like things in games and in the system menu that can take you to web pages, but there's no actual dedicated option to just casually use the web browser for some reason.
Man, it's like they're showing the entire game here.
Wouldn't be surprised. Whoa, he's got a messed up eye.
That tentacle is
got a-
coming out of his dick.
I wanted to say that.
Well, you shouldn't have beat around the bush so much, Redford!
I see what you did there. Oh, snap, he's wearing it. Oh no.
No, I'm pretty
Tentacle.
sure that's a chick. There was like curvature around the chest.
Yeah, that's a
Are you sure?
shit. Yeah, if you were paying attention.
Women
earlier.
can
Oh!
wear pants too,
Yeah!
Redford. Don't
Did you
be
see that?
sexist.
Tentacles.
Oh, Echo the Dolphin.
Uh-oh. This game's really spooky.
Yeah, I've heard the 2D Genesis one was really weird and creepy. Like,
Why are there so many sharks?
you just play as a dolphin and you attack things with echolocation, and you end the game by swimming up into the air and fighting like an alien in its spaceship or something.
What?
Yes.
Cool. That sounds pretty wild.
Yeah, a little bit.
What is up with that octopus?
It's got tentacles.
I mean, how can it do anything to you if it just stays there?
I mean, it's just minding its own business. It ain't going after anybody.
It's kind of floating there. Oh, there's the echolocation.
Yep.
So basically, this is a really bad space game confused as a dolphin game.
I mean,
That's one way.
if you go deep enough underwater, it's basically space.
Oh, but he got caught on purpose.
The game actually looks really good in terms of graphics and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
I like it's like 1990s screensaver music.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm.
I mean, they're not even gathering anything. There's no numbers on the screen. So it's hard to tell what you're supposed to do.
Welcome to Echo the Dolphin, Evan.
Is that the point?
Also, I just realized this is an entirely different game than the Genesis one, and the game industry was already embracing the trend of rebooting games and then calling the new one just the franchise's name.
Yeah.
Oh. So it looks like in this game you go to Atlantis.
Cool.
I think you actually do have to go up for air every now and again.
Really?
Well, yeah, because you're a dolphin. Dolphins can't actually breathe underwater, from what I understand. They're just very good at holding their breaths or something.
I think that's most underwater mammals. Like, especially like whales.
Yeah.
Especially sperm whale.
Is that actually
Like,
the case, Redford, or did you just want to say sperm?
I did just want to say sperm. Also, who decided naming it the sperm whale was a good idea? What scientific basis did it have? Did they release more sperm than anyone else? I don't get it.
I don't know either.
You know what? I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, because why would you think about that? Like, the future generations would ridicule that whale forever. It'll never have a normal life.
This game seems so relaxing.
Yeah, look at that. You just did a
I like
flip.
it.
A flip. He's flipping.
Well, if it ends like anything like the first game, it won't stay relaxing.
Let's stay relaxed. Well, the amount of sharks I saw earlier, I'm pretty sure you're right.
I need to play more older games because you can beat them really fast usually. Played this game Out of This World, and it
Evan
was
in here
really,
trying
really,
to
really
min-max-
challenging but fun.
Evan in here trying to min-max his life.
I'm a failed.
I am a min-maxer. I have to admit it. Marshall was right.
That's
Oh,
fair.
you've been denying it for the longest time, Evan. What finally made
No, he said something about power. Like, I guess I'm more of like I like being. Like, if there's a system, I like being good. Because sucking is awful, and I've been there before.
Oh,
Heard on that.
this man brought us 3 castles. Did man create mover crimson circle? The circle is our badge. The circle is our fact. It both guides.
Jesus.
Yeah. Sing the hymn of unity every day at rising sun.
Is this communism?
This is epic. Shakespearean dolphins, guys.
My phone is giving me a picture of the Queen from the Telegraph.
Wait, you looked up Spermwell and it's giving you a
No,
picture of the
no,
queen?
that was just a notification on my phone.
Oh, because I was about to say, I don't know what Google thinks about the queen then.
Sperm whales are named after the spermaceti, a waxy substance that was used in oil lamps and candles found on their heads.
Huh.
Spermaceti. Who gave it that name? You know, it's sailors. I shouldn't question. Sailors do the stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's name it sperm. We'll call it scientific.
Now lead
Man,
me,
this-
show me the crimson, take me to the temple.
This is so epic.
For dolphins, and it's with dolphins.
For dolphins, pretty epic.
And dolphins are fucking evil.
Dude, they frickin' rape people.
Yeah,
Not
they
even
do!
joking. Yeah, seriously.
That's not a joke. They fucking rape people.
You can see video on it, and what's weird is the humans don't help out because they think it's funny.
And you
They're
want to
kind of-
know? I believe scientists find this is a bit of a curiosity because they're one of the few species who do it. They're also necrophiliacs.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a little... I mean, hey, see them whole, they go for it. That makes sense.
Evan has no comment.
No commento.
This is the pen.
The Giga Dolphins. They're like super smart, I guess. Magic Giga Dolphins. Yeah, so I looked ahead to see what was there, and it looks like we're getting Dreamcast and N64. I still can't tell what the objective is, other than we gotta like get the stuff. It's like an adventure game. It looks really good, honestly.
Well, this is back in the day where you didn't have objective markers.
Huh. This is true. It's so adventure-y, it reminds me of our sponsor for today, Genshin Impact! Play now for free!
If only.
Disclaimer: Casual Pleb Productions is in no way sponsored by Miyoho Games. Please do not sue us.
If only we were sponsored, but then I think we wouldn't be sponsored for very
You
long.
didn't say Raid Shadow Legends, so at least there's some progress there.
Hey, you know, that's a dead meme. I'd rather sponsor a game that I like.
Also, that was my running gag, not Redford's.
That's true. But will take credit for his
Redford
game.
always steals everyone else's gag, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
while coming up with original ones.
Do you think Raid Shadow Legend cares who sponsors a game even if they're not sponsored? I'm sure it's just extra publicity for them.
Well, of course they care. How else are they going to give you their script?
Accurate.
You
This
know,
is not scripted, by the way.
Like, I'm sure lots of sponsorship deals have scripts, but with Raid Shadow Legends, it was so fucking obvious that like every single person was given the same script, and just given like only the freedom to slightly modify how they phrased and presented said script.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, guys, you could have tried to be a little less obvious.
Like if this channel ever gets requested to be sponsored, I'm only going to do it if like no script. You don't give me a script. You can give me bullet points that you want me to address. I'm going to be completely honest with my opinion.
So, if you had to do a sponsorship for Genshin Impact right now, what would you say?
Well, that would depend on whether they abided by my request of no script. I get creative freedom.
Well, no script.
So you want to do what Internet Historian does, where it's like a comedy skit?
No. basically my rules, if anyone approaches me for a sponsorship, is I get full freedom to say, to present this however I want. You don't hand me a script. You only hand me the bullet points of what you want me to look at. And those bullet points, I'm going to be honest about what I think of those parts of your product. Sponsorships with me are just, I will talk about your product. I will bring people's attention to your product. But I'm not going to pretend I like something more than I do.
Credit where credit's due, the shotgun seems very impactful. And that's saying a lot, because a lot of shotguns now just feel like pea shooters.
Climax Slammers.
Never heard of this one.
That's a name. Climax.
I was waiting for him to
Winter,
yeet off the
99.
tower.
No, climaxing. Sorry, I wasn't thinking dirty at that moment. That's a shocker.
Did he just get fucking hit in the face with ice? Okay, those are buff effects, right? Okay. I thought he just got hit with an icicle or whatever and just didn't react.
A shice in my face.
I can't tell if it's real time or not.
It looks like gameplay. Yeah.
Man, the graphics are so weird. The character models aren't very good. The background's okay though.
They're clearly trying to go for a more stylized character.
Yeah.
Which for a lot of earlier 3D games was a good idea because realism could look a little bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it probably looked good at the time, but it didn't age well
No.
for a lot of games. That dude is a fucking bitch. And maybe I mean that in more ways than one, but...
That's horrifying.
What was that idle animation?
That was some nightmare fuel, if I ever saw any. And trust me, you think you'd see enough nightmare fuel after watching I think it was one of those NES ports of Godzilla.
Slave Zero.
Slave Zero? Oh! You can actually play this on Steam.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Of course, it's on my wish list.
Oh.
It's supposed to be a Gundam game.
Yeah, well, it came out in '99.
That's
Red
not
Dead.
a Gundam. Oh, right. You use Mecha and Gundam interchangeably. I forgot.
Oh, I thought it was. I typed in Gundam in my Steam results, and that's what it gave me, Slave Zero.
Well, Evan, you see, Redford is like an old grandma who calls all video games Nintendos.
I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this game. I like how this game looks. It looks really nice. Seems pretty simple too.
I like explosions.
Yep.
That's what this game is. This game is for people who like explosions.
I heard it's really good. It's basically supposed to be Much like a Doom crossover with mechs.
I think the word you're looking for is hybrid, not crossover.
I know. I'm good at words.
Sure you are, Redford. You know, Evan, I think I just realized who Redford reminds me of.
Who?
He's a grown-up version of Ralph Wiggum.
Who's Ralph Wiggum?
Huh.
The little
From
kid
The
from The
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
I don't remember Ralph very well.
He's a funny character.
Isn't he the kid? He's like, I like men now.
Yes. Yes. Of course you would pick that quote.
Because that was the one that made me laugh the hardest.
Of course.
I don't know, I can't compare Redford to anyone. He's pretty unique in terms of people I've met.
Dicks.
Being unique
Well,
is
unique
always a
could be
good
a bad
thing,
thing.
Redford.
Hey, I'll take my compliments where I can get them.
True.
I think he just strafed into that explosion.
Truth.
Oh, look at the little tiny cars! Oh. Man, you are causing a lot of collateral damage.
I mean, isn't that the point of being in a mech? As much collateral damage as humanly possible?
I mean, from an in-universe perspective, no.
Correct.
But from a game
Dynamite
design
car.
perspective, yes. Oh, I know this game because, okay, so I played Project X Zone, and one of the main characters from this is a character in that, and that's how I found out about this game. Because apparently, the main character of this had got a reputation for everywhere he goes, things blow up.
Amazing.
This game actually looks pretty fun.
This reminds me of those old beat 'em up games.
Yeah, exactly. I love those games. Like, there's that one Simpsons beat 'em up game that I beat.
You mean the Simpsons Family Guy
Oh my
crossover?
god, did you fucking
No.
hear that stock scream?
Yeah.
Speaking of beat 'em up games, Scott Pilgrim finally got re-released.
Oh yeah, that's a great game.
That game was hard.
It was taken off the market for like so long.
What I imagine cancel culture wasn't invented by then, so what got it off the market?
I think it was just licensing issues.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I'm starting to see why the guy from this game got a reputation for things blowing up around him.
Ooh, thank
Oh, guns are OP, dude.
Oh,
Why did
the
they
guns
pick them?
tend to be overpowered in fistfights, yeah.
Yeah, and beat 'em ups, they tend to be.
Why do you think I got a VR version of this?
A
There you
Dynamite
go.
Cop?
Okay, it was technically for the Quest, so it was just, trying to remember the name. Gotta look it up. Oh.
Back.
Path of the Warrior.
I'll be right back.
Go. Sega Rally 2.
Guess who just got waffles?
You're a waffle guy, not a pancake guy.
Actually, I'm technically a pancake guy, but my wife loves waffles, so she makes waffles a bunch.
I think.
I mean, I'm not
waffles
gonna
are
say-
easier.
I like
I
the
don't really
pancake.
like waffles, to be honest. I don't think I've ever had good waffles. It's like, meh.
Well, if you ever swing on by, my wife will make you waffles.
Cool. It might be a couple years before I can do that, but yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
Here
And it
in
might be
Ireland,
longer.
I'm so used to only ever seeing like potato waffles that I forget the dessert kind of waffle exists.
Wait, a potato
Potato
waffle?
waffle.
Yeah,
What?
it's a little square
Why?
made of potatoes with square holes in it.
Why would you put
I'll get you a
potatoes in waffle?
picture of one when I'm done peeing.
200. Easy left. Bravo. 300. Come on.
Sega, you're making me fall asleep. Okay, we're almost done with Sega. Oh, my favorite game's coming up next too.
200. Come on. Medium left. Water. 150. Caution. Press stop. Water. Checkpoint. 100. Medium right. Medium left. 150. Caution. Press stop. Water. 150. Easy right.
Man, that girl's really talking at you in this game.
Left. Baby.
Man, dude, she's going at it.
Is it only the tutorial because of that though?
Baby. Fun now.
Maybe people liked that back then or something?
If it was Duke Nukem, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I could see that, but I don't think this is Duke Nukem.
100. Airstrike on. Easy left. Baby.
Of course, Duke Nukem had its own set of problems. Like, you know, with Duke Nukem Forever.
200. Easy right. Easy left.
I mean, I appreciate their attempt to change up Capture the Flag by making it Capture the Babe.
Come on. Medium left.
Even then, it was still lackluster.
Medium right. 50. Medium right. 100. Caution. Come on. Medium left.
Marvel vs. Capcom, baby.
Yeah,
This game is gigantic.
truth. You know, I think I'm gonna raise my. You know what make these streams more interesting? Is raising my little daughter to become a VTuber, and that's all she knows in her life.
No.
And then, yes, and then she'll become a virtual girl, and then make us tons of money.
Honestly, it's like I hope VTubers beat OnlyFans. To be honest.
Oh yeah, 100%. Let's be real, OnlyFans is there for simps that need pornography, but just too simpy to
Oh man,
not
they
be-
had Darkstalkers characters in Marvel vs. Capcom, I guess.
Ooh.
Man, I need to go down and back and play these games for real now that I'm older.
The music on this isn't too bad.
I don't think that's from this game.
Danger. Good. Level 1.
I remember playing that Ninja guy though. He's pretty good.
Those are potato waffles.
But why?
They taste good and they go great with eggs.
But don't
Weird.
regular waffles go better with eggs because it tastes like syrup instead of potato?
These are more of an actual meal food than a dessert.
Wow, there weren't that many characters in this game.
Your
Oh, you
American
get to choose your partner?
your American waffles are more of like a snack or dessert, from what I can tell. These are something you'd actually have with your lunch or dinner.
Yeah, American
Oh.
breakfast is very desserty, which is why I don't really like breakfast food. Like I usually don't want to eat sweet stuff in the morning, to be honest.
Yeah, I prefer just 3 pounds of bacon to be. I'm with you.
Like
I'm partial
3
to certain.
pounds of bacon.
I'm
Oh,
partial.
yeah,
I'm
that'd be
partial
so hard
to
eat.
certain cereals, but I don't eat those every morning.
I played Spider-Man so often this game. Webball. Oh, his specials were really overpowered.
But Spider-Man's garbage. The best player there easily is Mega Man.
Mega Man's really ridiculously good as well. I remember some people would just be Mega Man, Iron Man, and I forget who the last laser guy was, and they would just spam their big laser attacks. It was such bullshit.
Not wrong.
It was a legit noob strat.
Level 1. Danger.
And also, Captain Falcon was really good in this game.
He's not in this game. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he made the cut, but I'm such
Yeah,
a
seriously.
These people are better.
So
These
why
kids
can't...
are pretty sophisticated in terms of fighting games.
Sure. But here's my question. Why can't we get Goku for Capcom?
Great.
Because he's owned by Shueisha. And there's too many fighting games with Goku in it already, anyway.
Really?
so-
It's just Dragon Ball Z. Name one where he's out of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think this is. Yeah.
He's in the Jump crossover games.
This is a character. This is a game with a. This game. Let my brain form the sentence before my mouth tries to say it. This is the one with a Japanese exclusive character. I think. The Japanese version of Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. Okay, so no. But the Japanese version of that had an exclusive character called Norimaru, which is based off a Japanese comedian.
Huh.
What?
Yeah. So basically, in the Japanese version of Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, Japan got an exclusive character based off a comedian. In Japan.
That's amazing.
Well, the guy on the left kind of looks like the main character from Xenogears.
I've heard good things about Power Stone.
Reminds me of what was it? Kung Fu something.
Panda?
No.
I see what you did
The
there.
fighting game. It's similar to another fighting game I played.
Kung Fu
Kung
Panda?
Fu Hustle? No.
I see
forget
what you
the
did.
name. It's the one where like you play the director and he kills people.
Isn't that Kung Fu Panda?
No.
やけどするわよ。
Challenge 1. Are you ready?
Challenge one.
Oh, I just saw a hilarious comedic video where there was a Japanese teacher teaching foreigners English, and they'd be like, "My father comes home." He's like, "No, you got it wrong. My father come home. It is my father that come home. Say it right."
Did you see the Long Man commercial?
Long,
No.
long man.
Yeah, did you see that, Redford? That's your
I-
commercial.
I didn't. Is it good?
Yes. It's not just one commercial either. It's a series of commercials that tell a story.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That exists.
Yeah.
In Japan, yeah. They have a lot of those.
Isn't that what they did for Sega Central?
Kind of. Not really. They did with the last few ones.
Yeah, didn't Sega Centro fly off into space with the nuke
Yeah.
to save Sega?
Yeah. And
But yet he still lives.
he did appear in Project X Zone 2
Yep.
for the 3DS.
And didn't he appear in Sonic's Archie comics?
Yeah. I don't think they didn't name him, I think. But it was
No, he was
basically
the. They think he was called the Unnamed Warrior,
yeah.
who was bested by Sonic.
100年早い
Oh. Hello.
Hoo hoo hoo.
Fight one. Ready, go!
Oh,
Oh.
get wrecked.
She
Well,
went
good
for the
thing she didn't
fucking
have balls.
crotch punch.
Yeah, good thing she didn't have balls or she'd be dead. Though I hear getting punched in the gooch still hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
not
you know,
like
you don't.
Game
They don't have testicles out in the open, so it's not as bad, but it's still really bad.
Man, the Bond chick got. Oh.
Wow.
Fight 2.
I mean,
ready,
yeah, she
go.
kept getting punched in the cooch. What do you expect?
Well, she kept going for high kicks, and the other girl just like ducked under it.
Well, I mean, yeah, the blonde girl just opened her. Oh, jeez. Good one. Oh, that was a side kick. Side kick. Oh!
There we go. Blonde chick started playing defensively and was kicking ass.
Oh,
Oh,
gooch.
Fight 3. ready,
Gooch, yep.
go.
To gooch.
Oh, you have to win 3. Okay, that's unusual.
That's kind of weird, but okay. So
It's
best.
best 2 out of 3, but
So it's best 3 out of 9.
first to 3, I guess.
Oh well, no contest, really. Get stepped on.
I also like how this is 9,999.
Challenger.
Ooh. Oh, we don't get to see the new challenger.
I want to save that for the release. Well, more gooch punches incoming.
Fight 1. Ready,
Yep.
go.
That should be the name of the next fighting game.
Gooch puncher.
Gooch.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would actually make some headway.
The feminist game that stormed the nation. No doubt.
Oh yeah, that would actually be kind of funny. Tired of the beating on the patriarchy? Why don't you beat on the feminists that won't join your feminist stuff?
Time over.
We've got to take down the matriarchy.
Yeah, after the patriarchy,
Indeed,
yeah.
but that can't happen because its power's mostly implicit.
Truth.
This is not a safe
And there's
place
a lot
to
of-
fight.
That's what makes it cool, though, because you can always kick your opponent off.
Also,
the
is this a
ledge.
construction site where they've
Yep.
just put glass on the top of their construction for some reason?
Why not?
Fight
Yep.
3. Ready, go.
Which is a little
Like,
weird.
the building isn't going to stay like this. Why are they putting glass here?
It's a work safety glass. I don't think it's used much. Not sure. I
Also,
don't, I'm
if
not
this was
construct-
Dead or Alive, if you slammed someone into the ground, they would go through the glass, and it'd be a different area.
KO.
That'd be hilarious. I approve.
Fight 4. Ready, go.
Man, these two really love kicks.
Hot dang.
KO.
I mean, the legs are more powerful technically, so I mean, if they could use them like weapons, more power to them, I guess.
Select the lure.
Ooh, Sega bass fishing.
Select the casting point.
These games were huge in arcades, actually. If you can believe that. That's why it was re-released recently.
This music is way too intense for fishing.
I mean, they have to make it entertaining somehow.
Get fish. It's gonna be a
Did you say get fish?
Bonus. Be careful with the tension.
Be careful.
You're almost there.
Almost dead.
Be careful.
I love the be careful.
The dude's English actually isn't that bad.
Super big.
Like he's got a
Time bonus.
he's got a hint of English, but he's not that bad actually.
It's
Dude,
funny.
bye-bye.
I still appreciate it. No.
It's amazing.
As he whispers gently to the fish.
Hit bonus. Be careful with the tension. And you're almost there. Be careful.
You almost there, Redford.
Oh, a big one. Area cleared. Go to
Oh,
next
a
area.
big one.
Large area.
This guy's great. I love the. This guy needs a raise. Come on.
here.
Hook it. Fish.
Okay.
Lower the rod. Hit bonus.
Be careful with the tension.
And you're almost there. Be careful.
Oh, a big one. Ranking.
This is too much. I love it.
Time bonus.
I think this is the most 90s fishing game I've ever seen.
That was amazing. We need more of that.
Also,
What is
the
this an
fuck
actual
is this?
flying fishing? Is this flying?
This is a flight-based fighting game by the looks of it, yeah.
So what? Dragon Ball before Dragon Ball is cool?
Psychic Force 2012.
Ooh.
This looks interesting. I like the music. Kind of reminds me of Golden Zone from them.
I can see that.
The fat lady's singing though, so this is the end of the game.
Yeah, it ain't over till the fat lady. Oh.
Hey, how do you know she's fat?
You gotta have some big
You
luck.
can kind
to
of
it.
tell. I don't know how to describe it.
Wait, did she just fall and land on the air? Because she was posing like she was on the ground, wasn't she?
Alright. That's how 90s flying works. You have to land normally in air.
You joke, but you're not wrong. 90s anime did just pose their flying characters like they were standing on the ground.
This is true.
I mean, have you seen Bleach?
Who hasn't seen at least the good episodes?
Yeah, well, you know, there are plenty of people who were born after Bleach.
True.
Some of them are even, probably... Some of them might even be 18 now.
You got a point.
I don't know when Bleach came out, so my probably is, you know, my disclaimer there.
Disclaimer. We haven't... Yes.
Oh my god, I love this game already.
What the?
Is this a... Are those pingies?
This reminds me
Yes,
of,
those are penguins.
It's like that one Mario 64 level, except as a game. What is it called?
Well, I haven't played Mario 64, so I can't tell you. I think this is called Pen Pen. I can't quite make out the text because it's white.
You
on
should
the
play
webpage.
Mario 64 on this channel.
I should.
That'd be fun. Also, it'd just be fun to like see what your first impressions are.
And before I hate the game.
It's kind of hard to hate it. I love that sound effect. This game is so wanky. Pen.
What the deuce?
Did you say wanky?
Yes.
I presume you meant to say wacky.
No, I meant to say wanky.
So great thing about this new headset. Normally I like it when the volume control of a headset is like on the headset itself. But the little block with all the volume dial on it, on this one, actually comes with a dial for the microphone volume as well.
Nice.
And a little switch for turning the microphone on and off.
Cool.
It also has a big fucking button for turning the RGB lights off.
Nice.
Sorry, the gamer lights.
Yeah, those are so dumb.
Gamer
I don't like
lights.
But Evan, you need
House
big,
of the Dead 2!
you
Oh,
need
shit.
big rainbow lights to let everyone know that it's for gamers.
This is my favorite arcade game, guys.
Do this.
It's fantastic. I think Remy and I beat it once. This game is amazing. I love it so much.
Which one of you was it that hadn't heard of Typing of the Dead?
James.
Evan.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of the few games that I've actually beaten in arcade. I think it's cost me $5, but still.
We need to get Evan to play the Typing of the Dead. See if his typing skills are up to par.
You know,
I'm
that
pretty
my
sure he'd
typing
do well.
is really ghetto. Maybe that's Typing of the Dead is how I become better at typing.
Maybe.
We need to get you to play it. We need you to record it for content.
I wonder what it'll answer when it says, do you poop standing up or standing down?
Yeah, and then the whole internet, Evan, can make fun of you for your terrible typing skills.
Oh
The
god.
glorious.
Reload! 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 This game was really intense. There's some really BS enemies in here, but for the most part, it's pretty fair. Oh, and sometimes the pavilions come out so quickly that I accidentally kill them.
Right. Well,
Well, you're
when you
just
say
playing like a cop.
accidentally-
What?
Well, you're just playing the game like a cop, Evan.
Oh,
I see what you did there.
that's actually pretty rare if you look at the stats.
I get the meme, but yeah, Evan's right.
Thank you.
It just gets politicized so much.
It really does. It's just it's a maneuver to get rid of the police. It really is.
Well, that ain't gonna happen, so whatever.
So
Well,
right.
nobody wants to get rid of the police.
There are people who do.
They're idiots.
Okay. Most of the people who complain about American police don't want to get rid of the police. They just want the police to do a better job.
I think everybody wants everybody to do a better job, so I mean, that's fine.
I don't remember this boss. This might not be final footage, though.
No, I've seen footage of the final game. This is in there.
It's been a long time since I've beaten it. Reload! Reload! Reload!
Reload.
Man, these chicken wings are just the right amount of greasy.
Fat, usually.
They what, Evan?
Doesn't usually have that much fat on it. Sonic Adventure.
Oh snap! I remember lots about this game. How it's speedrunnable.
I remember your guys' Let's Play of it was actually pretty funny. I remember during the dig story, she was like so mad. and then my friend's like, I don't know, I don't think it'd be better than Dig Story.
That was true.
1999 is the year it came out, I think, by the way.
Just showing our age right now.
Well, I was born in 98, so...
Oh. Yeah, 93. Good times.
Yeah, whatever, Boomer.
Believe it or not, I missed Boomer by a year or two.
No, we're not even close to being boomers.
Yeah,
Evan
well-
says-
You know how culture is. The meanings of words change all the time, and Boomer now means
Not
just
really.
old person.
Oh, no, well, that's not the correct usage. It's just like, what is the word I'm looking for?
If it gets used that way enough, it
Neologism?
will become the correct usage.
Nuh-uh.
That's how English works.
See, that's how we know how the people are uncultured or cultured.
Words only have the definitions they do because the majority of people agree that they have.
Wow, this guy's playing this game way differently than you did.
You mean good?
Yeah. I was gonna say
okay,
shit better.
like not great, obviously. He's missing a lot of the rings, though.
Well, he's not playing that great. He isn't spamming the spin dash every 5 seconds.
Like you did. Which
Well-
has its benefits, that's for sure.
You can get some
I'm not
great
gonna knock
fucking
you for
hype
doing
from
that.
spin dash. Like, the way it affects your jumps is great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more familiar with 2. Its last level sucked doggy dick, though. I hate that level. The space one where you're on rails the whole time, it's awful.
That's not the last level.
It's not?
No.
I thought it was.
It's near the end of Sonic's the hero side story, but it's not the final level.
Well, no, I mean, it's not the team whatever final level, which I only did one time.
You just said fuck last level. You never said of which story.
All I know, Sonic fan art is the only thing that should exist.
You mean in the universe?
Yeah.
Like there shouldn't
just
be
noth-
humans, just Sonic fan art?
Just Sonic fan art. Nothing but Sonic fan art with
No
Tails
Planet
and
Earth,
Sonic.
no other video games, no history of the world, just Sonic fan art. Out in
Just
the void.
Just Sonic with a 12-inch P. I mean, what? No one seen Helsing Bridge?
12
No.
inch. It's usually way longer than that.
It's way longer than
Gross.
accurate.
Every time I see Sonic Adventure, I think of people remember these games fondly for their soundtracks, and then it shows Ruby and Sonic about why they remember the franchise is good. And I'm just like, pretty much.
Shows Ruby and Sonic? Like, you're gonna have to elaborate.
No elaboration needed.
No, people think Ruby and Sonic are good because of the soundtrack. Is what I was getting at.
Well, people don't think Sonic is good because of the soundtrack. Even Sonic fans acknowledge that the bad games are bad.
Do they?
Yes.
Damn it.
With exceptions of, like, oh, people might overhype the adventure games even though they haven't aged as well as some people think.
I think the one with the chows is still the best.
That's Adventure 1 and 2.
Just putting that out there.
I was so mad that you couldn't control the Chows in the fight correctly. It was so dumb.
True. Truth.
Then he had to the GBA game to get all the Chows, which was annoying.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Also, Sonic Adventure, the first game where the Americans actually called Dr. Eggman by his real name.
Dr. Robotnik?
No, his real name his name has always been Dr. Eggman. But in the West, in America, they decided to call him Robotnik for some reason because Eggman wasn't intimidating enough, even though he wasn't supposed to be intimidating.
I don't think he was ever really that intimidating.
Oh look, this game's set in Ireland. You have houses that look old as shit, and fields everywhere. That's Ireland in a nutshell, really.
Seems accurate. That hurt.
Also, the Sega has so many racing games.
True.
Why does that sound effect?
It's Cyberpunk before Cyberpunk was cool.
Cyberpunk is cool?
At least the tabletop version.
I mean, I like it, Redford. But I don't think many people would agree with you that it's cool.
Yeah, it needs some more polish for sure.
I just hope that game can pull a No Man's Sky. Because what's there is, like, on a fundamental level good, it just needs polish.
I mean, I'm still saying you shouldn't announce your game until it's 6 months from completion. Maybe 9 months maximum. Because then you actually have enough time to hype it up.
Yeah,
and
but,
people
you know,
to test it.
how are you going to satisfy the publishers and the stock investors by if you can't build hype, satisfiable hype.
Yeah, it literally always makes it worse for the company. So don't do it. Easy.
Truth.
And then, you know, you build all the hype and then it's an unfinished game. I mean, the Cyberpunk situation was a bit different because the fans were super toxic as well. But
the fans would disagree with you by toxically attacking you?
Like, I remember it got delayed like a second or a third time, and the developer started getting death threats. And then they released it, and it's broken and unbuggy, and people are like, oh, what the fuck? Why didn't you finish it first? Even though we were sending you death threats because you delayed it, why didn't you finish it?
Accurate.
Crazy Taxi, another
Granted.
arcade game.
I'm sure the people who complain about it being unfinished and the people who send death threats over a delay are, for the most part, different people. I'm sure there's some crossover of idiots there, but
I'm sure you're not wrong.
Hey, it's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go.
This game is always crazy.
really? I thought it was called Somber Tax.
Somber. See.
Naomi?
Huh?
It says Naomi on the bottom right.
No, it just says now. Oh, the logo. Right. So does Crazy Taxi have a story mode, or is it just like an arcade style game?
I think it's an arcade style game.
Mhm.
I've never actually played it outside of arcades.
I can't tell if this was based off Taxi or not.
Sex Taxi?
It's a
I'm
hentai?
sure that exists.
Not that I would know, but you know.
You're the only one who brought it up.
Does
You
Redford-
knew its name.
Look, I know.
Whether Redford plays hentai games or not.
I'm a cultured individual who watches cultured people's channels. That's how I know
According
things.
to the bottom text, we're still looking at Crazy Taxi.
I guess the game got better.
I guess they got the accurate.
Verb.
I kind of wish I was telling me what this was, because it looks like awesome. It looks like B-movie level schlock, but in the best way.
Right.
Oh, here's Dead or Alive 2.
Oh, push him in the water.
I don't know whether they're playing as men, but
Yeah, that seems kind of like a waste of potential. But I mean, at least the men look good.
they're not shirtless.
Dead or Alive 2.
I guess you got a point there.
Also, yeah, this is the one that introduced the stage transition. Where, oh, that's a naked woman. Anyway, where if you knock your opponent to certain parts of the stage, it transitions to like a different part of the stage.
Well, you know, I was that kind of enjoying that music, but I guess I can't have nice things.
Oh.
That's a move.
Yep. So much attitude. I like it. I never played DOA Beach Volleyball despite all the advertisements.
I hear it's okay for a volleyball game.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe we'll reach new heights if Sony can stop censoring games in the West.
Huh, wouldn't that be something?
Like, game companies have actually had to... So, have you seen... Either of you seen the screenshots of, like, the shiny light filters over characters' butts or boobs in, like, DMC 5?
Big oof.
Those are there because of Sony.
That's obvious.
It's
I'm pretty
weird
sure
because everything, like, in this era, it doesn't make sense to censor anything. So it's just gonna get out anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Especially
easy
when
to
the game
reverse
is
the filter.
multi-platform and the other platforms have the uncensored versions. Like-
Yeah, it's just, like, especially in this age where everyone knows just about everything, like, why do people keep trying to...
Because if you'll remember, back in the day, one of the big draws about the Sega version of Mortal Kombat is they didn't censor the blood.
Right.
Right. So wouldn't they want to keep that going? I mean, that just makes sense to me.
But, you know... But, Redford, it's totally okay to rip a guy's guts out, shove them up his ass, and then spit down his neck. But if you see a bit of too much cleavage... Oh, no, you can't have that!
The double standard is hilarious.
And despite the fact that the culture's like, she should be able to go topless. And it's like, huh?
Yeah, it's called fat acceptance. That's what she should be able to do.
I don't see how going topless and fat acceptance are connected.
Me either.
Everything's connected. It's all about power.
That's true, but...
My personal
everything is
opinion
connected.
is that...
This world has been connected. Those who don't actually understand.
Yeah, my personal opinion is that women should be allowed to go topless, but I can definitely see the argument against.
I mean, if people do what they want, just be ready for the consequences. That's what I say. Like if people don't want to look at you because you're topless. Oh, nice lightning.
Now that purple-haired girl got into one of the Senran Kagura games.
Oh, no way.
Hybrid heaven. Never heard of this N64 game. So we're finally at the Nintendo one.
Oh yeah. We're only 2 hours into this 3-hour video.
And we finally did it. We've nailed it. Ooh, get him. Nice backhand.
Oh, I hear Silent Hill music in the background.
That can only mean one thing. Ridge Racer! Oh, right, Silent Hill. Wait, did he have to go through several submenus just to do what he just did? That seemed a little intense.
Dude, that kick was fucking meat sauce.
Wow.
Like, it's got no impact.
The amount of submenus he's working with is too much. Too much submenus.
Smart, we'll put Jim back together again.
Earthworm Jim 3D. Oh, Earthworm Jim had a 3D game, and I've never heard about it. That's a good sign.
Believe it or not, it was actually pretty revolutionary for its time with 3D modeling, as they had to cut so many corners with how to keep the disk space small, because it was on a cartridge, you know, the Nintendo cartridge. So they had to keep minimizing, keep compartmentalizing everything. But they somehow got it all to work. They said it was quite the revolution for its time.
Yeah, and I would imagine they couldn't get away with just giving his model low polygon count. Because, doesn't animation in Earthworm Jim use a lot of squash and stretch techniques?
Yeah, like they use a lot of just different techniques to give you visual cues that this is still 3D when they're really trying to cut as many corners as possible at the same time.
Squash and stretch is an animation term in general, not just 3D or 2D. It's basically when you unnaturally elongate an object or a limb in certain frames and then squash it back in, like you're pressing in a bit of dough to give it a more bouncy feel to it.
I guess yeah, that probably makes sense. That I'm not aware.
Is there any automatic for the camera at all?
If it did happen.
Some levels. Okay. And you control it, I guess.
Rock and roll is one of your faster ways to
And I imagine since Earthworm Jim uses a lot of that because, you know, of his aesthetic, you need a lot of polygons to make the stretching look good.
Yeah, for sure. It's still impressive that they managed to do all this for its time. I'm just saying, this is crazy.
Command and Conquer.
The original?
I'm not seeing a number.
Isn't this supposed to be the glory days of Command and Conquer?
Well, this is also back in the day where the console version of the game and the PC version of the game could be very different.
Yeah, to think that they're doing all of this on controller. Oof, that's nuts.
Oh yeah, on the N64 no less, where like you only had one analog stick.
Oh my gosh. Nope. Nope.
Oh, you genuinely didn't think of that.
I just genuinely think it's a terrible idea. Strategy games don't work well on console, if you ask me. At least these type.
Real-time strategy,
Yeah.
yeah. Turn-based isn't so bad because you don't have to worry about the controller making your actions fit.
Right, like you can't do complex actions.
N64 version of Command and Conquer.
Unit reporting. Affirmative. Moving out. Reporting. Right away, sir. Not a problem. Not a problem. Waiting order. Moving out. Affirmative.
Mario Artist. I'll be honest with you boys, I'm not seeing a lot of Mario.
Bull.
Oh, the little thing next to the company name is when the games were scheduled to release. Seriously, is this actually supposed to be a Mario game? Because I'm not seeing anything Mario.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to. What is? I don't know. This is weird.
Never even heard of this one.
I've heard of Mario.
Nothing to do with Mario.
But I've never heard of Mario Artist.
Yeah, pretty sure it still has nothing to do with Mario. That's got to be for sure. Something horrifying, something terrible.
This game looks like it was made by Jim Carrey.
Well,
I like the music.
Oh, that's a neat feature.
burp.
Those are lips. Ooh, Eternal Darkness. I've heard great things about this game.
That's some freaky music right there.
Yep.
Oh.
other like survival horror game gone as hardcore with like the sanity effects as Eternal Darkness? I can't think of any examples off the top of my head. Like, I know there are other games that have sanity systems in them, like Amnesia does, but I can't think of any games that have done stuff like Eternal Darkness did, with like, oh, pretending it's deleting your save file, or turning the volume up and down.
That's freaky. I don't like that though.
Well, yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to be a horror game. It's supposed to freak you out.
Huh. It's so weird.
What, the moan? Ooh, StarCraft. One of Blizzard's big IPs. Well, I say that, but when was the last time they actually made a StarCraft game? Well, that answers that question. Don't have much to say about RTS games, Redford?
Alright, I'm back. What happened?
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
I heard my name.
We're looking at StarCraft.
Actually, I like these created modes of StarCraft, like cat and mouse. That was fun.
Yeah, and you know, Dota.
I mean, technically, didn't that come from Warcraft?
Yeah. It came from Warcraft, and then they remade Warcraft and tried to implement a user license into it. That's it. Anything you make with the creative mode, we own.
Yeah, and that floated well because apparently they owned a game where you had to kill black people. Whoops.
Because, you know, they were super jelly about Dota, I guess.
They were still mad about that. But yeah, no, it was funny. Like, in response, did you hear about all the creative game modes that, you know, they own through Warcraft?
Did people
Because
make
of that
a
rule?
bunch of really racist, sexist games on purpose early because they knew about that agreement?
Dude, yeah, they would say, well, they own it, so it's not my fault. So what they would do is they would put, there's this one game where there's two cathedrals, and you had to play as Catholic priests who were trying to get the little boys to their cathedral to rape and molest them. That was owned by them. I'm just saying, that's bad, but hey, apparently they approve of that, they own it.
Look, you two, before you do anything, I'd just like to remind you that marking all of these videos is not for kids.
Not for children,
That's
please.
probably for the best. Gotta get Redford away from the children.
Hey, I'm gonna have a child, thank you. And she's gonna be adorable and cute.
No, because you're like normal in real life, but I mean like the internet
Speaking
children.
of YouTube,
Alright.
I heard a dumb story recently about YouTube being dumb again, where...
Well, that's new. Just kidding.
So you know how they had that YouTube Kids app to keep kids away from all the dangerous stuff, all the potentially dangerous stuff on regular
they've been doing
YouTube?
a terrible job. They've been doing a terrible job managing that.
Yeah. Well, apparently they're going to be experimenting with a new feature that will allow users of the YouTube Kids app to have limited access to regular YouTube. You know, the whole reason, negating the whole reason the YouTube Kids app exists in the first place.
Yep. It's dumb. Like, I don't understand why they're trying to protect kids.
I mean,
they just...
I'm fine with them trying to protect kids, okay?
The
thing is, they're not doing it properly, because they keep demonetizing videos not aimed at kids for reasons that, they're exposing kids to harmful stuff, and they keep giving users of the YouTube Kids app ways to access regular YouTube. I don't have a problem with them trying to regulate it so that kids without their parents' permission, mind you, can't access all of YouTube's content. What I have a problem with is the fact that they're doing it inconsistently and really fucking horribly.
I mean, I agree with that last part. I just think that they should let the internet be the internet, and they should be allowing parents to do their frickin' jobs, which is monitor their kids.
I understand that. There are a lot of negligent parents who do just use tablets to raise their kids. But you also gotta keep in mind there are parents who give their kids tablets, but don't have the time or the energy to spend every waking moment looking out over their kids' shoulders.
I just say then don't give them a tablet.
Yep.
I mean, if you're going to be an irresponsible parent, then don't do it. I mean,
but like I said, some parents, some actually responsible parents, just don't have the time to look over their kid's shoulder every waking moment.
Well, they
blaming
have
it,
to.
just saying that it's irresponsible parents is being dismissive and painting in broad strokes.
I'm just saying it's irresponsible if you can't trust your children and you give them something you think you can't trust them with. That's irresponsible.
But that's the thing, right? That's why YouTube Kids should exist. Because then the parents can give their kids the tablet without having to worry about accessing things they shouldn't.
Shouldn't have to be YouTube's responsibility to monitor what other creators create. Unless it's like super breaking the law.
And I'm saying, Redford, that with YouTube Kids they wouldn't have to. All they'd have to do is give creators an option to be like, okay, is this video for kids or not? If it is, it'll be viewable on YouTube Kids.
Yeah, that would be nice if that's how it worked.
And that's what I'm saying. The problem is that that's not how it works.
You either want to get monetized or don't. That's what it really boils down to.
The issue isn't that YouTube Kids exists. The issue is that YouTube Kids doesn't work the way it should.
I'll give you that, but I still think if we could go back to the glory days of the internet, where the internet was the internet, and you went there and you found whatever you want, I think that's fine. The old wild internet, back when it was all free and stuff, and nobody tried to corral it into one thing. Back in the day when cringy camera videos were all the rage, with cats playing on the piano. No, was that just me?
Remember when it was acceptable to record a Let's Play using a webcam pointed at your screen?
Yeah, those were the days. That's how Markiplier got famous.
No, I'm pretty sure he used Capture Card. No, he used Fraps. One of those early computer programs.
I know he didn't film himself
Gauntlet
initially.
Legends! This is one of my favorite multiplayer games of all time. They made a remake of it for the GameCube called Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Absolutely fantastic game. I recommend we play it together at some point. It's a fun action-adventure, wizard, fighter, etc., fighting demons and stuff. It's really fun.
We'll have to take your word for it.
The game has a very sick sense of humor, and it'll like laugh at you when you die. And it'll be like, "Player 2 is about to die."
That there's actually some humor there. Wait, this looks like I don't know. This just looks like a game that you would play back in the day.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is back in the day. This video is from back in the day.
It's just, this looks like a game that an older game. Like there's a game before this.
No, this is the first one. It's based off an arcade game by Midway.
Yeah, wasn't there an arcade game before
They did
this?
remake this on the GameCube in 2002. So
Redford,
and that's just literally this game, but better.
Redford, this is 1999. This is back in the day. This was 21 years ago.
Oh man, it's been so long.
Actually, wait, no, 22 years ago.
That's when I was a wee little muskrat thing.
I think I just saw Emperor Palpatine reflection.
Accurate.
Win back.
This sounds like Star Wars.
What, the music?
Yeah.
Well, I was just talking about Emperor Palpatine.
That's fair.
Remember back in the days of the PS1, characters would awkwardly crouch down to pick up an item.
Those were the good old days.
Like, remember how they animated Laura in the first Tomb Raider?
Wasn't that great?
I see Perfect Dark in the background.
Love that game.
They're making a new one.
We'll see if it's any good.
Well, if I know the modern gaming industry, the main character will go from being a roguish jokester with a sense of humor to a quote-unquote strong, independent woman who is super actiony and can do everything herself.
Yeah, Joanna Dark was always like that though, so that's fine.
You know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, Mulan was like that in the original, but then they had to make her a quote-unquote strong, independent woman in the remake.
Which she was already was?
That's why it's in air quotes.
I just think it was dumb. Now she just supports, freaking concentration camps, and that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, well, Disney doesn't actually care about diversity. They just care about the money.
China has the money.
And the SJWs have money, which is why they try to include diversity, but only in the most easily removable, censorable ways.
I mean, I almost disagree with that. They have money, but they don't spend it on Disney. Why do you think Disney keeps losing money? Because
I never said they were spending money on Disney. I'm just saying that's why Disney are doing it.
It just seems weird that they keep doing it after not getting any money. It's like they like losing money. You think Solo was enough, but nope.
So I'm seeing footage of the first Smash Brothers in the reflection.
Smash Brothers. Duke Nukem. Remember when Duke Nukem was cool?
No.
That's because you're not a true gamer.
No, it's because I wasn't born yet.
Accurate. Hey, it's that
Rayman.
guy that everybody likes, Rayman. Didn't he get a TV show? That's So Rayman?
Back before his franchise got hijacked by the Rabbids.
Right. This is actually a good game. I like this game.
I actually like the Rabbids, but they got so oversaturated at a certain point that I could not blame people for disliking. You know, kind of like how Minions are right now.
You mean how they were destroyed beyond all belief at this point?
How they're everywhere, just because people like them in the original, so now everyone hates them.
I think it's called. Isn't that called the Streisand effect?
Now, the Streisand effect is where you tell people not to look into something, and so that brings more attention to it.
Oh, right.
Actually, let me look that up.
Because cancel culture seems to have the reverse effects, and they keep saying Streisand effect. Which I agree with.
The Streisand effect is a social phenomenon that occurs when an attempt to hide, remove, or censor information has the unintended consequence of further publicizing that information, often by the internet. It is named after an American entertainer, Barbra Streisand, who attempted to suppress the California Coastal Records Project's photograph of her residence in Malibu, California, taken to document the California coastal erosion, inadvertently drew further attention to it in 2003.
Nice.
So, the Streisand effect is basically in the attempt to hide something, you end up calling more attention.
Accurate.
Just like how the government's trying to hide that vaccines cause autism.
That's why no one should get COVID vaccine, because they'll all become autistic. What?
I'm allowed to make that joke because I'm autistic and I know that vaccines don't cause autism, because that's not how fucking autism works.
Right? It's a bit more complicated.
It's not like a disease you can get after you're born. You are born with autism.
Well, I got the autism by watching Shrek is Life, so I don't know about you.
That's not autism. That's just
He caught the autism.
I got the autism. Every autistic person here is now offended.
I can confirm this fact.
I can confirm
this isn't Resident Evil 2.
Oh! Oh, no. It is Resident Evil 2. It's just the screen is so dark that it's reflecting the Pokemon footage.
Wow.
I hear Pokemon music, so I'm like, wow, this is great Resident Evil gameplay.
Man, this must have been at like the height of Pokemon craze.
Yeah, it was so hyped that even Resident Evil can keep its music above that level. Pokemon, go shoot 'em.
Man, RE2 must have just been out. They were already making Code Veronica.
Yeah.
Gotta stay on that money.
It's good to see. Well, maybe it's not so good to see that some things in the game industry never change.
You mean like
I
That
mean,
game design?
Redford, how the last game is, how Resident Evil 2 has barely been out, and they're already making the next one, assuming that Resident Evil 2 is going to make them cash money.
Oh, right. The EA effect.
So, fun story I heard recently. Anthem is officially dead.
Yep.
Officially. It's been dead for
It
a
is.
long time. It's just, it took until now for EA to acknowledge it.
Yep, it is dead. 100%.
And in light of this, EA have decided, okay, we're going to let our development companies give them some room to actually do what they want. And in light of this, news came out that the next Dragon Age they're making was originally going to be a live service, like Anthem, but with dragons.
Oof. Big oof.
So, it seems the Dragon Age franchise has narrowly avoided disaster.
Thanks to Anthem.
Yep. Anthem had to take a bullet for the team.
It's really sad because they lost a great idea.
Yeah, the idea of just like these cool mech suits that you could customize and fly around in, that was great. It looked awesome. It looked like the actual gameplay mechanics themselves were solid. But the content just wasn't there.
That's right.
Meanwhile, Marvel's Avengers is still trying to turn a profit.
Even though it's still hemorrhaging money in players.
Hold your fire!
Even though it's basically just a second Anthem.
Wasn't that produced by EA or no? That was Activision. No, it was Square Enix.
The thing is, you know what the best thing is? I actually had that game pre-ordered.
What's going on in this
You
town?
did.
Yes, because I saw clips of the gameplay and I was like, oh, the gameplay looks fun, you know, blah blah blah.
Something was wrong.
But then I found out about the monetization methods, and I was like, no, even I can't give this.
Yeah, I'm glad you said no. Like hard no.
And I canceled my pre-order, which that's the only time I've ever done that.
Wow.
Like, Evan, you know I can be very forgiving with games, right?
Yes.
Marvel's Avengers is the first time I've actually given up on a game before it came out. Well,
Yeah.
at least with a game that I was already interested in. There are games I've given up on before they came out just because the franchise has a bad reputation. But in terms of just seeing what an individual game is doing and giving up on it before it comes out, that's Marvel's Avengers is the first one.
Truth.
Like, the second I heard how they had like 5 different types of premium currency, I was
Yep.
like, well, I can see what you're trying to do with this game. Let me just cancel the money I was about to give you.
Right.
What's that in the reflection? Donkey Kong 64?
Probably.
I really love watching 2 games at once. Really getting entertaining.
Why do Americans gotta call it fall instead of just calling it autumn like everyone else?
Because it's the fall. When the leaves fall.
It's so weird.
Evan just likes zombie moan noises.
I do.
You know what's fun? When you're like watching a porn video, okay?
Okay.
And it's like an animated porn video using video game characters, right?
Alright.
And since they don't have actual actors, they just took the grunt sound effects for getting hit from the game the character's in. And it actually fits.
Little accurate. Is this finally Star Wars yet? Because I keep hearing Star Wars.
I do hear Star Wars too, yeah. But no. Oh, Excite Bike! Oh! What was Excite Bike even about? Because all I know about the original like NES one is those like that one stretch of map where you jump over all those hurdles. Like, was that? I assume that wasn't the whole game.
Like we'd like to think, huh?
With Star Wars Episode 1 Racer for the N64. The game scenes of a real star.
Star Wars Episode 1
Nintendo game action with incredible Star Wars environments.
Nice.
So, Episode 1 probably just came out.
Awesome worlds of Jet Force Gemini.
Guaranteed.
Perfect Dark. And DK64, the game that pushes the expansion pack to its full potential.
No, it's probably one of the most impressive things ever.
Shoot.
Looking up looking up footage of debut nights of the new trilogy movies and watching how the crowd slowly gets smaller each one.
That's savage, but accurate.
Man, why aren't there any white people?
Accurate, but it's because literally these guys are better. They're taller.
A lot of black
You're
people
saying
play.
you're saying white people can't be
professionals.
tall? That's racist or something.
I mean,
Well, you got the slow twitch and the fast twitch.
by the way, Shaden, I'm curious. How far are you on the actual story of Genshin Impact?
I think I'm almost done with it.
Lucky.
I don't seem to have the ability to just eat through games as quickly as you do, Redford, apparently. But I do have no time, so I can progress through them quicker than most people.
That's fair. I mean, I've barely gotten to the story. I think I'm only on chapter 2 as we speak.
Let's see. My adventure rank is 32.
Holy crap.
I'm on Archon Quest, A New Star Approaches, Chapter 1, Act 3.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'm literally on like the second mission that they give you. You're pretty far, wow.
And I've been getting really lucky with my gotcha pulls. For example, the last event pull they had, I did one pull, got 2 characters, and they were both the characters I didn't already own. Because I already owned the other 2.
Still, that's cool. I don't think I've gotten that lucky before.
And this new pull, I did one pull and got 2 characters, neither of whom were actually boosted in the event.
Still, that's good.
So they've announced a new Mario Golf and it looks good.
Well, you know.
Mario Golf Super Rush, I think it's called. There's a story mode where you can play as your Mii, and you can level up your stats.
Oh.
They've got a speed golf mode where everyone plays at the same time, you don't take turns. And what basically happens is you have to hit the ball and then run over to it, manually run over to it to hit it again. And it's just whoever gets it into the hole first.
That makes sense.
Also, Bowser wears golf khakis. Which is just like the geekiest, dumbest, best image.
That is pretty dumb, though.
Don't quote me on this, but I think they even give him like the big frame rectangular glasses.
I give him the big frame rectangular glasses. Gotcha, Bowser. Voting.
You know, it's really weird that they can play sports with their with baby versions of themselves.
I mean, isn't that technically child abuse?
I mean, with Mario and Luigi, it makes sense because you know, Yoshi's Island, the characters already existed, so why not bring them into like the spin-off games? But then they introduced new baby characters specifically for use in sports games, like Baby Peach and Daisy and Rosalina.
Right.
Hell, the only reason we haven't had a baby Bowser yet is because that's basically what Bowser Jr. is.
Fair enough.
I mean, he's not really, he's just Bowser's son, but you know, he might as well be just Bowser Mini.
Junior Bowser.
It's a me, Luigi.
Can you think of any games other than golf where the goal is to get the lowest score possible?
Not off the top of my
Oh, any racing game.
That's not really a score.
But you do want to get the lowest number. Whether it's time or place. So I'm going to stick with racing. Any racing game.
But Redford, in Grand Prix modes, coming in first gives you a higher score.
That's a good point.
You see Evan, I beat him in his own game.
Oh boy.
Well, I've got a better one for you. In Grand Theft Auto, you want a lower authority ranking, so that way you don't get your butt killed by the cops.
A, that's not a score. B, that's not a sports game.
Are you sure it's not a sport?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
It's not even an esport.
Fair enough.
Recla?
Nintendo Power Source to Nintendo.com. That's a whole new book.
That seems cool.
Even more excited.
Go, Rika, go.
And like they say, get in or get out. If you want to get in on the inside, you're going to need Nintendo.
Oh, there's one thing I do want to get in.
Super Mario Adventure.
Isn't this the Paper Mario?
Yeah, this is Paper Mario, but this is just what they were calling it before it came out.
Yeah, weren't they trying to go off the?
Super Paper Mario was originally going to be a sequel to Mario RPG, but then they decided to make it its own thing.
Right. Which I think they actually did a pretty good job with the original Paper Mario, though.
And
they
then
really
they
toned
changed
it
the
down.
gameplay for no reason, and people keep telling them to go back, and they keep saying, no, we're going to keep changing it.
We're gonna keep adding more mechanics. You want to be Bowser?
Which,
no?
they should have, taken a lesson from Sonic, and decided that maybe changing the formula every 2 games isn't a good idea.
You think?
That's the worst thing about the Sonic franchise. They just can't settle on one gameplay style.
Do you want to be a werewolf? That's what you want, right? No, we want to
The
go
Boost
fast.
Formula games are actually good. The only thing is, if you look at all of them, it becomes very obvious that Sega have no faith in the Boost Formula to carry a game all on its own, so they keep introducing gimmicks and secondary gameplay styles to hold it up when it doesn't need them.
Right. Did you want a gun? We'll give you an edgier Sonic.
No,
Got
I'm
guns.
talking specifically about the Boost games.
Oh. What's Boost game?
So in Boost game is the one where you press a button and he boosts to go really fast.
Well, isn't that what he does all the time?
So Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Forces are all Boost games.
Okay.
Now take those examples, and in Sonic Generations, they added the Werehog as a secondary gameplay style.
Oh, right.
Everybody likes the Boost formula of the day stages. Sonic
That's
Colors.
Sonic when Perfect Dark is on screen, for shame.
Sonic Colors. They mainly did the Boost formula, but they added Wisps as like a gimmick power-up. And most of the game was in 2D, side-scrolling 2D, basically. So it was kind of a cheat. Then Sonic Generations. Oh, modern Sonic is pure Boost again, but there's a lot of side-scrolling for him. And secondary gameplay style, classic Sonic. And Sonic Forces, classic Sonic is back. He's bad this time, even though we got it right in Forces. Sorry,
Right.
even though we got it right in Generations, we got him wrong somehow. When all we had to do was copy Generations. Oh, also here's a third gameplay style.
Truth. Also, didn't know we were still on GoldenEye.
It's made by the same company. Perfect Dark is basically GoldenEye Plus, but it's
Sci-fi.
Quite a big jump.
And you play as a woman.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
I heard she's hot.
Her hair's too short.
But she's a fiery redhead, right?
I know it would never happen because James Bond is all about macho fantasy.
Yes.
But if there was ever a female 007, what would the code be? Because they couldn't just make it James Bond.
Jane Bond? I don't know.
Jane Bond.
Yeah, that's where my brain immediately goes to. But
No,
without
her
the-
name is Dead Franchise.
Yeah, but without the S at the end, it doesn't have the same ring to it.
Oh, how about Karen Manager?
I think they could do a female 007 and make it work, but I would say they should make it a spin-off.
Right, and not replace James Bond because that's how you lose people.
Yeah.
This game has a great
Also,
soundtrack.
mainly because, the whole appeal about James Bond is the macho fantasy. So,
Yes.
it wouldn't make sense to put a woman in that role. But
Exactly.
I don't have a problem with a female 007 in concept, so it'd be fine to have, like, a spin-off series.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I doubt
no one-
anybody would watch it.
Because with a spin-off series, you can have different focus, different theming.
Right, but that's what Charlie's Angels is all about. Charlie's Angels was basically the 007s of females.
Oh, that's an interesting point.
But the fact of the matter is, it still didn't sell that well because, everyone liked James Bond better.
Highly recommend.
Also, Charlie's Angels was very fan-servicey, so it felt like it was more targeted to men, from what I can tell.
I mean, it was targeted to men, for sure. It wasn't meant for women, that's for sure. But even then, most men would say, well, why don't I just watch James Bond? It's better.
Like, if we really wanted female James Bond, we gotta have some shirtless dudes in there.
Yeah.
Maybe, if we want to update it, we can have some,
It'd be better just to make a female spy series.
There you go. Perfect Dark. How about that?
That's the whole problem.
That's why I'm saying,
Let's take an existing property.
That's
and
why
make
I'm
it
saying
work
spin-off,
and
because
destroy it.
you could either just have it in the 007 universe, or have female 007, and just have it not affect the main series, and then everybody's happy.
I doubt that could happen in this day and age.
I'm just gonna be honest. I'm very negative about this kind of stuff.
They have to destroy.
Yeah, I
any
can't
existing
blame you
fan.
for that. I mean,
They,
an all-female Ghostbusters could have worked, but it was clear they were only doing it for the diversity points.
that's it. There was nothing redeeming about that movie. Not at all.
Like, I'm perfectly okay with the idea of an all-female Ghostbusters, but it's very obvious they were just using nostalgia to boost their audience rate, and then just shoehorned in a cast of women.
Exactly.
For
That's the problem. is
diversity
The people
points.
who do these things with franchises, they're not creative types.
Yeah. Like, a good example of adding diversity to an existing franchise, in my opinion, is Spider-Man. They introduced Miles Morales, and while he had a long struggle of finding his footing in the comics, they finally made it into the Spider-Verse, and I think that was the start of him getting his footing. As long as the comics can take notes from Into the Spider-Verse.
Well, I think
That's
it's because
alright.
he wasn't created for diversity's sake. He was actually created with a character in mind, not because he was diverse.
Exactly.
I think that's what it boils down to in the end.
Perfect Dark was such an amazing game.
It's still my
Actually-
favorite shooter.
I actually own this game on the Xbox, but I've had a hard time playing it because I suck at these shooters.
Just put on cheats.
And the thing is,
But jeez.
Miles was made with a character in mind, but there was also an element of making the comics more diverse. Because, from what I can tell, what happened was they looked at the fact that New York has a large black population, and Spider-Man is known for being a character from New York. But he's also known for a character who's being relatable with the average person. So they decided, well, he's supposed to be relatable to the average person in New York. New York has a high black population, so what if Spider-Man is black? So with that in mind, they made a relatable black character who could take the mantle of Spider-Man. There was an intent for adding diversity, but it was not the only goal.
I mean, again, race, sex, it really doesn't matter.
24.3%. That's above average, I would say. That's not the majority, though.
I'd say there's bigger numbers in the
It's
South
not
for
like
sure.
Washington, D.C., for example.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
you
50%
get my
black.
point.
Uh-huh.
The point is, there was some, let's diversify motivation in there, but they didn't make it the only part of his character.
Yeah, well, I mean, those comic book companies are going in the gutter anyway, so I'm not sure how to feel about all this.
Yeah, they keep making terrible decisions for the most
Well, they
part.
keep shooting themselves in the foot, basically.
Oh, Jet Force Gemini? I actually owned this game at one point. I was
This
really
is
bad
a
at
weird game where it's good and bad at the same time.
it. The multiplayer was great.
The dog was OP.
Schrodinger's video game.
What?
Okay, important question. You said there's a dog in this game. Can you pet it?
You get to play as him and he has guns. And
But
stuff.
can
It's
you
pretty
pet
cool.
the dog?
No.
I don't know.
0 out of 10.
Not like it matters that much.
0 out of 10 cannot pet the dog.
Digital pets are worth nothing. Oh.
Ooh.
You say that, Evan, but okay, here's a cute story. Here's a cute little fact of life for you folks at home. Roomba companies, if you have a warranty on your Roomba and you send it in to get repaired, you can specifically request that they give you that Roomba back when it's repaired instead of giving you a replacement, because some people actually get really attached to their Roombas and treat them like pets almost.
They sounds like they need a real pet.
Like I know this one guy who, because he can't have pets where he lives, he got a Roomba and he gave it like a name. I forget what it was. It was a very like posh Englishy sounding name. Because it was basically like a butler cleaning all the floors for him. But yeah,
That's funny.
some people get really sentimentally attached to their Roombas, so you can specifically request when you get yours in to be repaired that they only give you that specific one back.
I never played the story mode for
Which
Jet Force
I
Gemini.
think is really cute.
I mean, that's nice for sure, but I think I'd just take a new one personally. Because I own a pet, so I don't sympathize. But I see what they're doing. It's nice.
Redford is racist against robots, confirmed. When the
Yeah.
robot
The machines need to fall.
I'm telling you, man, they're turning the frogs gay. We gotta stop the robot.
Well, I think we all know which one of us is going to be spared when the robot uprising comes.
Just hang loose. Because
They actually
Yeah,
advertise
accurate.
this
the
game.
three-dimensional world of Donkey Kong 64 is
DK.
This game had
This guy's
so many
dead.
glitches, but it worked. I never beat the story mode. It's collectathon hell, basically.
But what if you like the collectathon, like some people?
Yeah, but this is like multiply that by like 3 or 4.
This is what made the collectathon people.
I saw the speed run and it basically just includes you clipping through everything. It's pretty funny.
gigantic new world of
Accurate though.
whose boundaries have been exploded by the sheer power of the expansion pack and surround sound.
Yeah, you had to have the expansion pack for this game as well.
This is one big gorilla.
Is that Jack in the Box?
Awesome memory power of the expansion pack blows
Probably.
away all boundaries and opens the doorway to
The expansion packs being talked about as a selling point. That's amazing.
Jack in the Boxes are a weird toy.
Nobody likes them.
rare at work. Discovering
Probably not true since they've sold.
potential of N64.
You know what
nobody likes
other
them.
toy is really prolific, but I don't know why? Charlie Chimp. which you probably know better as the Symbol Monkey.
The what?
The
The Symbol Monkey, yeah.
You know, the one that, for some reason, usually has bloodshot eyes.
Yeah.
And screeches, but it's meant to be for kids. And
Yeah,
it's like,
well, it's
what?
because little kids, that's what they do. They screech with bloodshot eyes and smack their hands together and make noises.
The thoughts and opinions of Evan are not the thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, speaking of which, I need to get going to D&D soon. We got 10 minutes left? Okay, that's...
Yeah. Should be enough to wrap this up and give closing thoughts. In fact, we're probably not going to see anything that's going to grab our attentions too much if we want to start on that now.
The rest is just DK64 stuff.
Okay, so closing thoughts, you guys? I don't have anything specific to say about this year that I haven't said about.
Some really good games.
I didn't notice any boost girls, 0 out of 10.
Right. Redford's very fixated on that idea, but...
It's my shtick.
Oh yeah, the boost baits.
Right. 99 is a pretty good year for video games. Not as great as the previous two, of course. And this is like the transition period before the next generation starts coming up. And then you start getting some crazy good games. Like, there's a very big jump in the early 2000s.
Because PS2 is about to come out, and I think GameCube comes out not long after that. And like, still today, the PS2 holds the record of best-selling video game console of all time.
That's surprising.
Oh yeah, actually, let me check that listing while you two continue to give your final thoughts.
64 is a juggernaut.
No booth babes, 0 out of 10.
Yeah, what I learned from this is that I need to get you guys to play Perfect Dark and Gauntlet Legends. Those games are both fantastic for multiplayer.
Okay.
DK64 has a fun multiplayer, but it's super broken and janky. And there's one clear strategy that's better than every other strategy.
Truth.
Donkey Kong 64.
Okay. So, the top 3 best-selling video game consoles of all time are, in third place, the Game Boy and Game Boy Color at 118.69 million units. The Nintendo DS Family at 154.2 million units. And then at number 1, the PlayStation 2 at 155 million units, just somewhere around. So yeah, it's still the best selling, only being just above the DS and the Game Boy. Anyway, what are your closing thoughts, Redford, other than Boof Babes?
I didn't see enough big titty babes, so still not a good year. Just
you missed the
putting
Dead
that
or
out there.
Alive part.
They were not big enough boobed yet, and their boob physics were too small. 2 out of 10.
They had to be buffed for the PS2 era.
I'm a pretty simple man, easy to please.
Well, as for me, I don't really have anything to say that I haven't said the previous 2-3 years. Yeah, there were some good games. Looks like a good year. It was interesting seeing the first Sonic Adventure, early footage of that. You know, just me being a Sonic fan. The music in Sega Bass Fishing was 90s. That's just my descriptor. This monkey has weird voice clips. Yeah, that's the main thing that's coming to mind.
Makes sense to me.
Oh, Goemon. I've heard good things about the Goemon game.
Did we end the recording?
Huh?
Are we still recording?
Yes.
Okay. I got confused because there was a lull.
Like, the video hasn't ended yet. So why would I end the recording yet?
Because reasons.
Donkey Kong 64.
Like, if I'd ended the recording, we wouldn't be able to see Goemon.
But if you ended the recording, it'd leave people on a cliffhanger to know what Goemon is.
Yeah, you play the JoJo music at the end.
That would require me to edit it, Evan. And on Casual Pleb Productions, we don't do editing.
Well,
You have to meet the expectations of your moniker.
well, that's a interesting way to attack people.
Wait, is this multiplayer?
This looks like multiplayer.
Oh, that's neat.
I still like the death sounds on this.
That's a form. That's just a form.
Are you sure it's not a moving wall? Hoink! Hoink! Bada!
Man, the
They can make a
Japanese
rap
have
out
a
of it.
wonderful way of rolling arms.
It is true. Oh snap, they cleared that stage.
Oh, Pokemon Snap!
Oh, well that's something they should have opened with. Jeez.
I never beat that game.
Well, they've got a new one coming out. Which
I hear
I'm
this.
probably going to buy.
True.
Like,
And I also hear they have a Pokemon Breath of the Wild coming out, so that's gonna be exciting.
yeah, I don't have my hopes up for that, because in the footage they showed, they had a Chingling who was moving at like 3 frames a second.
Oof.
Gotta
Don't hit her.
optimize it.
She'll get pissed.
Chingling is the one that just looks like a bell.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's everything after Gen 4 that I'm fuzzy on for the most part.
Alright. Well, thank you, guys, for coming to watch with us footage from E3 1999. Next week, we'll be taking a look at entering a new century. We'll be taking a look at E3 2000. We've got our good old friend, old E3 VHS videos for another year.
Yep.
Evan might have to duck out early for that one because it's 4 hours long.
Yeah, I get tired.
Yeah.
Make that a two-parter then.
No, there's no reason to make it a two-parter until we get videos of individual conferences that are like an hour long each. Either we'll start early, because Redford always shows up late anyway, or we'll start at the regular time and Redford can see me through to the tail end.
Yay.
I'll let you decide, depending on how you're feeling next week, Evan. But,
Okay.
without further ado, that was E3 1999. And this is Casual Play Productions, signing out.